Hello, Aries, and welcome or welcome back. We're going to get into a full reading for you, which means we will have the Lenormand left to right. We'll put tarot on top of that. We'll clear the board, and then we'll get into oracles. So the bottom of the deck here, starting off, we have the Scythe, which is about cutting something out. So I feel already that there is such a bright energy coming off of you. Okay, we've got at the bottom of all of these tarot decks here, I'll just show you. As I was shuffling to get into your reading, we have the Magician, the Sun, or the Fool on the bottom of every deck. So there's the Sun, and here's 3 for the Magician, and then we've got the Fool here twice. So there's a new adventure coming your way, something to do with work, I assume, because we have the 8 of Pentacles there as well on another deck. So we'll see what the tarot has to say, but there's going to be some new adventure that you're embarking on in work, I believe, but we'll let the cards speak for themselves. So the Lenormand and the tarot typically are going to have everything to do with the 3D, what it is you're going through in the now, right? Very present moment. We see a lot of drama here. That's where the love situations will typically come out. Then when we clear the board and we do the oracle messages, that's where your spirit team really comes in. Okay, so there's something here about loyalty, which is interesting that we got loyalty as well as the scythe. So I feel that there is definitely some sort of an aspect of your world or of work that you're hanging on to here. And we'll see if that's something that needs to be cut out, because we also have the mask, which is about showing up authentically. Okay, so at the beginning here, we have health with the tree. This is like gene codes and family tree. Could be family dynamics here or a relationship. We have the man. Okay, could be also that you're in your masculine energy. We have also the child right in the center of the read. Okay, and then we have the death card, so something definitely ready to be phased out. And the polar bear, which is about protection, introspection, and goals. Okay, so quite a bit of back and forth energy already. Okay, so it seems to me that you're looking to focus on something very magical with the magician. This could be an ex, like the father of your kids, or you could be this masculine and kids are just involved and you're just trying to do what's best for your kids, which could involve having to cut someone off, right? So when it comes to health and overall stability here, we've got the Knight of Swords. Again, you're moving towards your goals. You're going very quickly. You know, in one of our last collective readings that's here on the channel, we mentioned there's like this ball or this wheel that you've kind of pushed off the top of a mountain, right? And there's no slowing down what it is that you have began to create here. And right under the man, we've got the 5 of Wands, which is petty arguments, not agreeing on things. Could be around this child here in the center. And we've got death again. So it's interesting that that's right under the child. I do feel that there could be some sort of situation with the schedule that's coming to an end here. Something about trust, because we did see the dog there at the beginning. Let's see what's going on here. 2 of Pentacles. Somebody could be claiming that they're too busy, maybe around this child, or we're having to juggle more. Somebody could have literally passed away, but I'm not really getting that. It's more something to do with the support, something to do with like taking something away when it comes to supporting of this child. Okay, which has left you in a state of indecision and confusion. We've got 2-2 here, which is always about choices. We've got the 6 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords moving from rough waters to calmer waters, and the 5 of Pentacles having the door slammed in your face here. So there could be a situation where somebody has made a choice to walk away. Maybe this is the end of a relationship, and so now you're having to split custody. Okay, yeah, 9 of Pentacles is a very independent energy, having to do this on your own, single mom, things like that. And the moon is about intuition. So something about this whole scenario feels a little fishy, feels like petty arguments again. So let's see here what else is going on. We cut on the Queen of Swords, meaning that you're in a no-nonsense type of energy, right? There's no time for these sort of arguments. I don't know what we're fighting about. Ace of Swords, you're kind of like, let's just communicate, can we? You're like, I've got stuff to do. Can you just cut to the point? Tell me what it is you want to say. And, okay, these came out together with the masculine here. King of Wands and King of Cups. So I feel like this person still has emotions for you, but in the King of Wands energy, they're more apt to like fight or flight. This is like fight or flight and then emotion. So it's almost like this person that you could be dealing with, or this could be you, just be honest with yourself. It's like, I'm in fight or flight. This in regard to the petty arguments is like ego and being overly dismissive, I'm getting. And then the Knight of Cups, they're like, but I love you. So it's just a weird energy that I feel coming off of this masculine here. Eight of Pentacles, I'm telling you, we did a collective read about too blessed to be stressed. You are hyper focused right now on building what you need for yourself, and petty arguments just, it's not the way. Okay, King of Pentacles, yeah. This could be that masculine that just thinks that they are the bee's knees. They think that they have everything under control. They think that they are in control of every single thing. A lot of masculine energy here coming out, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords again, and then the Two of Cups, yeah. So you or the other person could be focused really heavily right now on cutting out the romance of this scenario, and somebody is disappointed about that here. But again, you're focused on the Pentacles here. You're worried about work. And I mentioned already the Eight of Pentacles. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Swords came right back out in this deck, meaning that you are, again, it's like balls to the wall. It's like I'm focused, I am fixated on where I'm going, right? We've got Ten of Cups here with that Two of Cups, and I feel this energy off of you that is like, you can't give me what I want, you can't give me what I need you to back off so that I can get what I need myself. Okay, perfect. Let's see here. King of Cups, yeah. King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Yeah, this could be a very difficult thing for you as well to cut off. I feel like this is something that is your decision or your indecision about it. Okay, but Seven of Swords, something could happen here. Seven of Swords is about like backstabbing, snake-like energy. So we'll get more into that storyline, but let's see here what's to do with the Death and the Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. I feel like if this was a relationship situation, money could have been a really big topic of heavy conversations, right? It's like they could be feeling as though they have it all and you have a little, okay? And ooh, there could definitely be some heavy conversations around like, what are you going to do without me? What are you going to do about it type thing? And you're like, just wait and see. You're like, don't worry about what I've got going on. You can watch from a distance, right? Like that song, I think it's Kelly Pickler, and she says, you can watch me walk if you want to, want to. I know you want me back now, don't you? Eight of Cups. What did I just say? You can watch me walk if you want to. Eight of Cups is walking away. We've got the Sun and then the Moon. Chariot, Three of Swords. Yeah, something has happened here that has made you turn your back on this situation completely. We could have the King and Queen of multiple decks here, but I'm getting strongly that you're like, watch me walk away. And there's curse words involved in that. So someone here is like, watch me walk and just shut up about it, right? Because we had Queen and King, Seven of Swords, Sun, Moon, Eight of Cups. You can watch me walk. And I'm going to go quickly, just in case there was any confusion there. yeah, you could have a very extensive past with this person, but I feel strongly that it's not enough to make you stay. Okay. So we're going to get a couple more decks here of the tarot, and then we'll move into the oracle. Okay. And this is how our personal readings go. If you're interested in that, check out that description box. I am open for personal readings. They look just like this if you watch till the end. Okay. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's something about this very immature way of communicating here, or simply being open to the new. I feel that you're somewhat open to new. Yeah, Two of Cups. Or, with all of the Seven of Swords and everything, like there could have been overlap when it came to relationships. But at the end of the day, the child here is in the center of the reading, right? So, High Priestess, yeah, you're going to stand on business. You're not going to allow certain things into your child's life if that's your, if you have children, or you're going to think very intuitively about what's going on here and how that affects your inner child. Okay. Wow, Ten of Cups as well. I feel like this is potentially somebody new, somebody else. Okay. Like you could have been in a very long-term relationship with somebody that did not make you feel good, or there was some sort of deceit, right? And you're immediately like, I'm going to move on to something else. Okay. Death card flew out. You're going to move on to something else. Okay. Confirmation for that. So yes, we are cutting somebody out here. It's going to take a lot of strength and courage to make that happen. But I really feel that you have made up your mind on this, or you will, or spirit is very much in support of you moving along. Okay. So again, we have the sun at the bottom here. Let's see what else we have for Aries. The Chariot again. Yeah. You're not going to drag your feet as it pertains to this move. Okay, you could be physically moving or traveling. Nine of Pentacles on your own. You're like, yeah, I've had enough of this crap. Okay. I've had enough of trying to chase after you. I've had enough of these petty arguments that just don't go anywhere. They're useless. I have no reason to, stick around to see how this fairy tale ends. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. Okay, confirmation, Six of Swords again. Someone is definitely leaving here. I feel that it is you. I feel that it is the best, okay? The best thing that you could do is move right along away from whatever this situation is. But again, it's like their children are right in the center here. So it's like, is that the best thing to do for me to leave this person if it is their biological father? Something like this, okay? Knight of Pentacles. Again, this aspect of money keeps sort of coming up, which I don't always get with the Knight of Pentacles, but where this is right on top of the King of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and we're moving away from that, it's almost like money was such a topic of conversation that it was almost like held over someone's head here. Like, oh, I'm the moneymaker, so you will never do without me, which they want you to stick around and wait on them or put up with things that are not necessarily healthy, right? Because we started with health. We want you in good health. Yeah. So Ace of Swords, it's time to just simply communicate that this is not what I want, or this is what I want, and you can watch me walk. So the Hierophant, you're really focused on your spirituality right now with the High Priestess as well. And you're like, if I'm going to have a everlasting love connection with this Ten of Cups here and the Two of Cups, Page of Cups, if I'm going to give myself that opportunity, it's going to be with somebody that I can trust, not somebody who's going to lash out and make me feel bad about myself and lose their patience with me while I am building something for myself here. They're going to support me, not put me in this sort of Ten of Swords situation where it's like I'm up all night, I can't sleep, I can't drink, I can't eat, right? There's something about like the issues going on with this person makes you physically ill. Okay, King of Wands came out again. And, usually I would get, sorry about this camera, guys. Okay, usually I would get that the King of Wands is spontaneous and like bright and fun and happy, but with this, it's sort of like this other person is bringing out the worst in you, bringing out the worst in each other here. And it's kind of giving karmic love lesson here with the lovers and the King of Wands. I think, yeah, I think you're looking to move along. I think you're looking to cut through this. And there's the Queen of Wands. Again, it's like I kind of get irritated when relationships infiltrate the reading to such capacity. We've got King of Cups, Ace of Cups. This is kind of what you're waiting for. You want an emotionally available person to give you all of their heart, right? And it seems that this person could be an Aries as well. There is a lot of fire coming from this person, but we do have all the signs here. So it could be anybody, but it seems as though they exert sort of a fire energy. But there was something about building together that just didn't quite work. There was some disconnect when it came to making money together, or if they were doing good, I was doing bad. When I'm doing good, they're doing bad. So there was, again, like this juggly push and pull around making things happen here, getting projects off the ground in this love connection. And so you're waking up to the fact that you may have to move along to find what it is that you do really want intuitively. Intuitively, you know that you want to build and you want to build with somebody. And if this person is not, I don't know, it kind of feels like they don't want you to do well or they don't want you to do better than them. But your energy has so much magic to it. I feel like this person is like your light irritates their demons. King of Wands again. Okay. Again, it's like, yeah, it's like they don't want you to do well without them. Okay. Empress and Eight of Pentacles. You do have really great ideas. You have really wonderful ideas of what you would like to do with your future. You have wonderful ideas of how you would like to create. And again, we have the Magician on the bottom of every single deck when I started this. And we don't want to go from the Magician to the Three of Wands, okay? So if you're on the fence about whether or not to make this decision and go from this person to your own way, this hopefully is a confirmation for you. Now, what I find interesting is I picked these up to show you the Sun and the Magician. Underneath both of these cards, we have the Two of Pentacles under both of them. And we've seen that already here. This person doesn't like it when you're overly decisive. There could be something here about, okay, if you build that business, you're going to be too busy for me. You'll be too busy for a child. You shouldn't do that because it will take your time away from me. It will take your time away from building and protecting this family unit. Yeah, I'm getting like there's a family unit here from a long time. A long time has passed. So it's difficult to uproot this, right? And now I'm finding this very interesting, but continuing on going to the next card down, the Devil, Two of Cups. This is giving karmic relationship, okay? So yes, we're gonna move along from this crazy scenario. This is where we wipe the board, we get out the oracle cards, and all of this will make sense, and Spirit will tell you what they would like you to do with this information. Okay, so let's see what your spirit team has to say about this. So now that we're doing oracle, the spread here is what we're going to use. Hopefully the lighting is a little bit better as well. I made some adjustments. Okay, so we're going to follow a compass here. We've got the center, which before was the child, so we'll see what that's about. In the south position, we have the past, okay? Lessons that have been learned. We have introspection in the west. North is spirit team messages. East is where we are headed, okay? So bottom of the deck here, usable energy. Yes, okay, this is like the Tower card. This is the Thunder. and the lightning, okay? Big, big, big amounts of energy. You are a conduit for that energy, okay? A way for that energy to flow through you. Okay, so we've got solid ground here with the stones. Records, which is the Akashic Records. This is something that I teach one-on-one. If you're interested in that, check the description. Okay, it also says knowing revealed. So again, with that Ace of Swords type energy, there's a need for communication here to explain your needs and to have them explain as well what their goal is here with you, okay? In the past, I had a feeling, yeah. So viewpoints and opinions, sharing your opinions, okay? The talking stick was literally passed around like they do in therapy. It's like the talking pillow, right? So when it's your turn to speak, they do not interrupt you, right? So there's a respect here of communication, and that's something that you are learning, I feel, because you are very adamant in your tarot portion about, this is what I have to say, and I expect that to be respected, and it doesn't need to end in an argument, right? So in your goals and introspection, we have the medicine wheel, which is what we're doing here. And this is about cycles and moving forward and moving on, all right? So no matter what happens, this wheel will continue to turn, time will continue to pass. You just get to choose what that looks like, right? So that's a nod back to this card here, the Six of Swords. Moving from rough waters to calmer waters. That is what you're showing me you truly want here, okay? Is movement forward. Spirit team says you're going to be victorious with this. You do not have to worry about these arguments affecting you. You do not have to worry about everything being all for naught. You don't have to worry about how much time has been put in. All you need to worry about right now is what makes you happy and how you are moving forward in your own way, in your own light. And Spirit has your back on this. You will come out victorious, okay? So I'm getting that Empress with the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know where I put that, but yes, that's really what I'm getting here. Is sort of that High Priestess Empress energy coming from you, and Spirit is rewarding you for that. Okay. Yeah. So moving forward, you're going to go back over here and you're going to be thinking, what is it that I truly, truly want? And you're going to act upon what it is that you want, not what other people want for you, not the opinions of others and what they think is best for you. You will decide. Thank you very much. Okay. That is your energy, and I love that. Okay. So we're standing strong. We're standing on business. We're saying, this is what I want, and I need you to back up. Okay. You're literally telling this person, take a step. Take a step away from me. Namaste over there. Okay, let's see what we have here. The home. Yeah, so it feels as though we've built a solid foundation with somebody, and it's awfully difficult to leave that. But your home should be a sacred space for you and your kids to relax, right? Okay, we've got dreams here. I feel that you could be having vivid dreams, sure, but this is more about looking out of this window and thinking, okay, there's better for me out there somewhere. I have bigger goals and dreams than just this, what is it off of Beauty and the Beast? This provincial life is what I'm getting, Beauty and the Beast here. Okay, so introspection, I do feel that you understand that there's a need for forgiveness here, because as Buddha said, holding on to anger is just like holding on to a hot coal. It only hurts yourself. Okay, something like that. Okay, Spirit team says freedom. Yes. This is about breaking free. This is about you prioritizing yourself and no longer putting up with things that do not light your spirit on fire, right? Do not give you this ultimate beautiful energy shift, energy boost, right? So it's about your energy here. And of course, immediately after saying that, we have protection. You're protecting your peace here, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it's going to end in financial health, which looks a lot like this card here, which we began with, right? So I feel that you're getting started on, propelling yourself forward in that way, making your own money, making your own financial wealth from a space of being healthy, healthy with your vibe, healthy with your mind, body, spirit, all on the same page to build something truly extravagant. And I do really feel as though you have this idea, okay, something that you really want to do. Yeah, which might make you feel like you are somewhat alone, standing on your own pedestal. But I'm also hearing that's where you belong, is on your very own pedestal. You know, instead of thinking this is a one-man circus, I have to do it all myself now. Oh my goodness, this independence feels very scary. I feel instead, Spirit is saying, well, you deserve it. You deserve this to be yours and yours alone. And there's that magician again. You have all the tools available to you. Spirit's not going to let you fall, okay? Not going to let you fail. These big dreams that you have, the energy is yours to make this happen here, okay? Like, I'm also getting, don't let anyone else steal your shine. Something to that effect. Yeah, you're going to be a really influential leader here. This could be in the space of like social media influencer. Doesn't have to be. I'm getting like a very influential person in your community, right? Okay, peaks of joy. Yeah, spirit is like, if it makes you happy, then it's the right thing. When you feel free and open out of this sort of cage, out of this feeling of oppression, that is where your creativity and your creative energy are at its highest. Yeah, and you're able to set your intentions, which is the same meaning here. Introspection and goals, that is setting intentions, right? So you're going forward thinking that your only goal right now is to protect your energy and set your intentions high. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting from Spirit, is set your intentions very, very high and do not shrink. There's something here about do not shrink. Okay, you're a gentle gardener. You're here to live a soft life. You're here to see things come to pass. You're here to see things um, come to fruition. Okay, and it should be a gentle, peaceful, um, and it, you know, it doesn't have to be mind-boggling. It's just the fact that, you know, you're kind of thinking, well, this doesn't even feel like work. I'm just enjoying myself so much, right? Okay, so this is the big goal. This is the big dream, the end goal here. Okay, and Spirit is saying, remember your wings. Again, don't shrink for anybody. You were made for this. You understand the mission. You understand that this is what you were put on earth to do. And now we have heed your wisdom here. You know that what you have to say, what your dreams are, and your magician energy that lives within you, you've learned this, right? This is in the past. You have learned that this is magnificent, okay? So you have wisdom when it comes to this. This could be something that, you know, you've ventured into in the past and you felt as though it didn't work out. So you kind of put it on hold and then come back to it, and then put it on hold and come back to it in order to satisfy someone else here and keep yourself small to keep them comfortable. That is sort of what we're learning here, okay? And so in your inner world, we have listen the world wide open. This is about finding the little miracles in life, okay? Finding those glimmers, those little shimmers of hope as we go around this 3D reality, okay? And following the breadcrumbs that Spirit has set for you. Yeah, sovereignty. This is what Spirit wants you to do. It wants you to know they want this transformation to happen with the snake here. They want you to feel victorious. They want you to feel free and full of joy and happiness and on your own. Again, there's something about claiming your pedestal without somebody else saying, oh, I helped them do that. Oh, I did that with them. No, there's something here about standing on your own 2 feet with your wings open wide, stepping off the um, small world view and thinking bigger here, okay? So in your future, remember your innocence, okay? So this could be a nod to that inner child that we tapped into, but I'm also getting that, you know, in the future here, when things really do take off, and once this wheel that you've pushed off the mountain starts to really unfold, you're going to have to be humble here, okay? So yeah, a lot of really great, amazing things are happening here. And it says seek wonder with the dragonfly, which is about finding joy, seeing through illusions. And again, finding those little tiny glimmers in the world where there's like this shimmer of hope that Spirit has given you. Okay, so looking for feathers on the ground, looking for bugs to pick up, you know, there's something like that. that's coming through here. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to go around the circle one more time. We'll get some animals. Again, this is what your personal readings look like. So if you're interested in that, check out that description and also follow along for more and drop a like because this is a very small community still and I can use every button that you push helps me out. Okay, so in the center here, study to know yourself. Yeah, I feel like you already have this very humble way about you. Okay, we've got this woman here in a healing cave with her book. She's learning herself. She's learning how she or he, of course, flip the genders if you need, but you're learning how you like to operate and how you do in different situations. Okay, so high stress, high chaos, lots of conflict, lots of arguments, being in fear, scarcity, and lack. How do we operate when we're under those conditions versus when we are, very steady and very, sorry, the glare is driving me insane, versus when we are at peace and we feel free and we feel awakened and we feel that we are in this peak of joy, right? Yeah, so if we're not in that energy, then we need to rest until we do feel this way. Again, we've got this little cat here, which do symbolize intuition. And they're in this little cave away from the world, in their little bubble, in their sacred space, becoming keen on where to go next, what to do next, taking a nap if that feels right to do so, right? We're getting our energy right here. And that's what Spirit wants you to be focusing on, okay? And then when the time comes, use your power. Again, coming right back to here, use energy, use power. Okay, so this energy has not found you by accident, right? So again, another cat, which is intuition. The tigers are also about courage, impeccability, moving with focus, right? You see the focus in their eyes here. This is a no bullshit zone, okay? Going back to that Queen of Swords energy that I got heavily. You came out as all the queens and someone else came out as all the kings, but we only saw the Empress once, all right? So that's you. Now we have befriend pleasure. I can't make this up, okay? So again, it's like when you're inside of the healing cave, you then have to come out and you come out rested, rejuvenated, ready to take the world on because you have come to the conclusion that you do manifest better and greater and more magnificent when you have been rested and your energy feels right. Then you use that power that you have just generated from being in this calm state of mind, and then you burst out and you speak out and you speak your mind and you tell the world what it is you're doing, right? The peacock is about confidence. It's about letting your colors shine. Okay, so there's something about that where once you're sort of broken out of this cage and you have claimed your sovereignty and given yourself the freedom that no one else was going to give you, now all of a sudden moving forward feels a lot more relaxed. It doesn't feel like pushing through chaos, right? So here we go. Receive your blessings. Moving forward without fear, moving forward like a butterfly or a hummingbird or this little bluebird here, right? The birds are also about communication, and we've had communication come out quite a bit for you, okay? So don't be afraid to speak about it, talk about it, and be about it, and clear away old energies, which brings us back to that scythe energy that we began with, okay? Cutting through something, getting rid of something or someone that makes you feel as though you need to play small, okay? Because we're not here for playing small. We will not do it, right? We have to refuse that, okay? Refuse to play small. And if the older energies that have been in your life before that made you feel like this tiny little beacon here, we need to actually, ignite into a bigger, I just heard fusion as well. We need to fuse ourselves with the energies of the divine and exude this larger energy, okay? They want you on a larger scale, is what I'm getting. Okay, let's dive into some animals here. Okay, if you haven't liked the video and you've made it this far, please do put a like down, comment if you're able to. I know YouTube takes that away after a certain time. So let's see what animals we have. Imagine that. Okay, we've got peace coming through here. There's a peaceful resolution to every problem, is what I'm hearing. So even if this person, place, or thing, and again, this could be a job, this could be a coworker, family member, it could be anybody who's giving you this idea that you need to sort of play small. Okay, but strength just came out at the bottom of the deck. We're going to push through that with that tiger there. Again, the eyes being very focused, right? So tigers are very significant for you today. And of course, the ram. Look at that with power. And there you are, Aries. Okay. Peace and power. Interesting there that there's two opposing energies. And I feel like that's a part of you, right? Because this came out with the forgiveness card. There's a part of us that when we've been in conflict or we've seen a lot of conflict in our past, in our life, we tend to, take that power and channel it, but it's channeled with revenge in mind. It's channeled with I'll show you in mind. And Spirit says once this forgiveness work is done, that power can truly and fully go towards what it is that you are manifesting. Okay, we have the dragonfly again, which we've seen already. So again, seeing through illusions, and that could very well be, again, using power that you've gotten from your strife and from your traumas or past relationships or what have you, could be used for vengeful seeking and things like that. But that is the ego's illusion. And once we get out of that and we start to pinpoint and laser focus onto where it is that we're going and what it is that we're creating, then the energy gets more peaceful. Okay? Yeah, patience here. So the alligators are also about integration. Okay, they go from the water to the land quite effortlessly. Okay, so there's something about patience, but it's not in a sense of waiting. I think this is a patience with yourself because we're kind of at an inner argument of this power versus peace, of this victory versus healing cave and finding ourselves, right? We want to find ourselves and be victorious at the same time. There's a lot to do here with balance, which makes sense because we did see the Two of Pentacles a lot. Okay, and we've got rebirth. So another snake here. Transformation, letting go of the old skin and bringing forward a new way of being. Yeah, and there's freedom here. And I'm also getting magic here with the narwhals, right? So it's kind of like this unicorn type energy paired with a dolphin. It just feels so mystical and magical. But freedom, we've seen that already. It's time to break free from the constraints. Yeah, the constraint contradictions and the like those petty arguments, right? Your instincts are correct here. You do know what to do at the end of the day with the fox. And there's that energy card. Using that energy for good. And we've got the moon, which is about intuition, right? So you're using a good amount of energy. Be careful of where you point it, where you direct it. And this reminds me of like an Ace of Pentacles, right? So use this freedom energy that you are breaking free from some sort of constricting scenario, right? Use your cunning, which I saw before and I didn't pull. And there's intentions. Look at that. Intentions came out several times over here. Use your intentions, your cunning nature, Queen of Swords energy, in order to communicate. Boom. And then we've got consume. Again, it's like, don't be afraid to stand on your very own pedestal by yourself. The condors are very independent animals, okay? Birds. They consume what is left of a situation, right? So if the tiger comes and destroys the ram and leaves him there on the ground, the condor is what is going to consume the last remaining bits. So this could be about, picking up the pieces, okay? And that is very frustrating, believe me, I know, but your instincts will not lead you astray here, okay? Trust your intuition. Tap into this energy that you've been given from this situation and make sure that when you strike, I'm getting that impeccability again that we got with the tiger here. When you strike, when you come down onto what it is that you're doing next, your goals, your aspirations, your action steps, make sure that you do so with this impeccability. You're not going to miss. Okay, this is a mindset shift of, well, I could do that, but I could fail, versus hell or high water. I will do this. I will succeed. Get out of my way. Again, whatever it is you're leaving behind, get out of my way, take a step, other direction. Okay, take a step elsewhere. And I really feel with all of this, the love energy that we got earlier, I feel that something new is on the horizon that's going to match this, because you're in a bit of an in-between energy right now with this peace. It's giving like a fight or flight, right? Peace versus power. We have healing and we have care. So Cancer energy, perhaps Pisces, right? So we're in an in-between right now, and Spirit really wants you to communicate the fact that you do want love, because there it is, right? As I started talking about it, there's love on the horizon here, but it's going to happen as you create this next step, this next way of being, okay? As you create your lifestyle that you want, the person that you want is going to be living this lifestyle as well, because you want to merge together seamlessly, meaning that, you know, you have to already be on this path in order to find that person that's going to match you very seamlessly, okay? So use your brain, use your cunning, your instincts, take care of yourself, have courage. Don't be afraid to step into this light. There's this limelight here for you. Let go of anything that gives you any kind of feeling that you are off balance. They are not meant for you. That is why Spirit is cutting them out. Okay, they want you to be having fun, playing in this energy, playing with this idea that you are creating something brand new. But again, there is something that needs to be cut out. So please don't be afraid to do that. Start the healing journey. Have courage as you go about it. Just keep getting the same ones. Communicate what you need. Communicate what you need with this person, with yourself, with your guides. Don't be afraid to go into the healing cave in order to know yourself, take a nap, rejuvenate, protect your energy, create your sacred space. And when you're ready to burst out with that peacock energy, you will have left that skin from the snake in that healing cave, right? And you come out of it, away from it. And it's like bursting out of this cage here. Okay, Aries, I will catch you on the next one. Pick some, or click some buttons for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.